Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagwan, dearest Swami, and dear brothers and sisters. Let me take you back to the turn of the century, to the year 2000. For many of us at the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, it was a very important year, a turning point year in our lives, because that was the year when we were graduating from school to college. In terms of age, all of us were attaining the age of 18, which is the legal adulthood age in many countries. And this is a very, very critical phase in life. And it was more so for us because many of us would be leaving Swami's institutions to pursue professional courses and careers, and this might be the last chance to be Swami's student in his physical presence. I say student in quotes because Swami's definition of student is different from what we call as a Sai student. Anybody who studies in Swami's school or university we call as a Sai student, but Swami would say a student is one who listens to the words of the teacher. So a Sai student is one who follows the words of Sai. So in that way, the whole world has the opportunity to be a Sai student. It is just that by being a student in Swami's school or college, you get a good chance of becoming a Sai student. So anyway, from the worldly perspective, it would be the last year for many of us to be Swami students. And so, just before our final exams, in the grade 12, we have public examinations in India, and that is evaluated across the country. It's not just for your own school. And before this public examination, we all decided that we would travel to Trai Brindavan, Swami's residence at Bangalore, and seek his blessings, and also try to get some interaction with Swami so that we all can remember it could be the last year for many of us. Before we left for Brindavan, I will not go into what happened in Brindavan in this talk, but before we left for Brindavan, our teacher, Dr. Sailesh Srivastava, he called all of us and he had a meeting. And in that, he told something that has remained in my mind and heart even today. He said, see, where we go in life, what happens to us in life is not in our hands. If Swami decides that we should go out of this place, go out from his physical presence, even if we strive and struggle and do our best, we will not be able to remain in his presence. If Swami decides that we should stay in his presence, how much ever we try to run away from him, we won't be able to run away from him. And dear brothers and sisters, I have seen examples of both these cases where a person desperately wants to stay with Swami but is just not able to. Also cases where people just want to run away from Swami and they are not being allowed to. So he said, this is not in our hands. But what is in our hands? In our hands is our desire, our yearning. Irrespective of whether we will be staying with Swami or not, in our heart, the topmost desire, the most important priority should be Swami. We should say, Swami, we want you. Swami, I want you. Swami, I want you. Of many teachers who have taught many subjects, this teacher I remember because this is the most important lesson in life, especially at an age between the ages 18 and 40. This period of time is like the golden period in anybody's lifetime. The body is probably at its peak of health and abilities. Very, very few people have medical issues between the ages of 18 to 40. The mind is at its sharpest and keenest. Very, very few people have any mental issues also at this age. This is the time when relationships are made, for life. No wonder at this age people feel nothing can touch me. They feel on top of the world. They feel that nobody can beat me because everything is at its prime at this particular age. Age 18 to age 40. Before that, possibly there isn't sufficient strength, there isn't sufficient maturity and experience. And after 42, the same thing happens. And that is why it is so important, so important that this particular age is invested well. We talk of investing in terms of money. Even in that, what we do at this age is so important. We talk of investing in relationships. Even in that, what we do in this particular age is most critical. It will decide our entire life. Any field, anything that we take up, this is the important age. So at this age, it is indeed Swami's blessings that we had a teacher who told us that the most important priority, the most important investment to make is in Swami. And that has led to so many of us getting inspired and taking the right steps in our life. And today, I'm going to share one such story of one life that went along this inspiration, that Swami is the most important goal in my life. Swami is the only goal in my life. All other things are only possibly distractions, positive or negative. It's like, when you take a flight from, say, India to Mexico or Mexico to United States, wherever you take a flight, you have a beginning and you have a destination. The most important reason for the flight is to reach the destination. But in the flight, you have in-flight entertainment. You can watch videos, you can read books, you can do your work. Nowadays, even the internet is being provided in an aircraft that is flying almost kilometers above in the sky. So you have many options to occupy your time. But the most important reason, the only reason we get into an aircraft is to reach the destination. If that is not served, if that purpose is not served, all the entertainment, all the food, the drinks, anything that we do on board the aircraft is absolutely useless. But even if we don't have in-flight entertainment, even if we don't do anything on the aircraft, if it is able to take us to our destination, that is enough. So too is life. In the journey of life, the most important is to reach our destination at Swami's lotus feet. Everything else that we do, our careers, our relationships, our likes and dislikes, what we eat, what we don't eat, everything else is just the way we spend time during this journey. That's all. I had the pleasure of being his classmate. We joined Swami school together in 11th grade, and our lives have taken different journeys. But I must say that the journeys are similar because both of us are convinced that the sole goal of life is Swami. So Hari, I'll call him Hari throughout. So Hari was blessed to be born into a family that were devotees of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba already. His grandmother had interviews with Swami by then. There was Swami's photograph at home, and Hari, he had the good fortune of being blessed for his Aksharabhyasam and Anna Prashna by Swami. Anna Prashna is an event in your life when the baby is fed for the first time with solid food. So imagine Hari was fed by Swami. Aksharabhyasa is your initiation into education. Usually in our glorious tradition at Bharat, what we do is the baby is taught Om. Is taught to say the word, say the syllable, say the vibration, say the sound Om, and also write Om. Just as an aside, this Om is not a word. It is not something that can be translated. Om is a vibration. Om is a vibration. And that is why in Sanskrit, we do not have, though we can write Om phonetically with the alphabets, we have a special character, a special notation to symbolize Om, because Om is not belonging to any language, it's just a vibration, it's a vibrational sound. So this Om, Aksharabhyasa for Hari, that also Swami had only done. So having come from such a wonderful background, Hari was automatically, inclined towards Swami. For him, Swami was God. But then came a phase, this critical phase that I am talking about, ages which begin from 16, 17, 18, the teenage years, which I say is the most important in setting up the foundation for life. At that point in time, he used to stay in Bahrain, so he came to India for education, for higher schooling and university education, and that is when he happened to stay with some family members in the city of Bangalore, and they were atheists. Just 2 years of staying with them, these kind of atheistic thoughts rubbed on to him as well. That's why Swami says, tell me your company, I shall tell you what you are. Even right now, think of the 5 people with whom you spend the most amount of time, most amount of energy and thoughts on. Add up the personalities of all those 5 people, that is what you will be. That is why it is so important we choose our friends, our company, whose company we are in, because that is what we become. Just imagine Hari, who's Annaprashna, who's Aksharabhyasa, who has seen Swami. All this has been done by Swami. He has seen Swami right from his birth, and yet he didn't feel any inclination to go and have darshan or anything because of the company that he kept. But well, as I started by saying, when Swami decides, nothing can stop. It is his good fortune that Swami had decided that he had to come to Puttaparthi and have his darshan. So he went to Parthi, he began to have Swami's darshan, and it's so amazing that when he sat for darshan, the first time Swami came close to him, it is not his first darshan, but this is a darshan that he is having after going through this atheistic period in his life. He just saw Swami and he felt in his heart, hey, this is my God. No doubt in that. This is God. This is God. That's it. In his discourse on the 8th of September 1996, Swami gives a very interesting analogy. When we wonder why is it that some people, get the blessing of recognizing and accepting Swami, while some others, even after getting many experiences, get doubts about Swami. This is an anecdote, as I said, from Swami's discourse, which clarifies that. Swami says that there was a person who bought a piece of cloth, good quality cloth from Kashmir in India. He came and gifted it to his sister. Now this sister kept it in the cupboard and she forgot about it. Years passed, her son grew up, and one day when this lady was cleaning her cupboard, she finds this cloth after almost 10 to 15 years. And she says, hey, this is a nice new cloth. She gives it to her son and says, why don't you get a shirt and pant stitched with this? So he says, yes, I will do it. And he gets it stitched. And Swami says that it was a special occasion that day, and so this lady had made some sweets. And as this boy went to serve some sweets to himself, he bent down to pick up some sweets, his shirt tore. And then the mother was surprised. So she asks her son, how come this new shirt tore? How can a new shirt tear? And then Swami says that boy replies, mother, the shirt is new, but the cloth is very old. That is why it tore. This is such a significant story. It teaches us that in this lifetime we may be young adults, we may be, new to Swami. That is the shirt. The body is Swami says, right? death is the dress of life. It is the time when we change our dress. This dress, this body may be new, but the cloth, the soul, the Atma is very old. Our connection, our spiritual journey spans across lifetimes. And that is probably the reason why we see these sudden things happening. We may wonder, how is it that this person came to Swami so recently and yet got so much? This person has stayed so long with Swami and yet doesn't have faith. We don't understand the concept of time because we are judging based on only this birth, right? Our connection with Swami is across lifetimes. And so, that was what it was. In an instant, Hari felt, this is God. This is God. Now when he came back, his mother had also come back by now from Bahrain. She was there, and therefore his company changed. And now he was in the company of Sai devotees, and they told him about Swami school. They got him an admission form. They told him he should get admitted, and that's it. He applied, he got through, and he became a student in Swami school, in the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School. That is when both of us were roommates. 6 of us would be in one room, and Harikrishna and me, we were like in the same class, in the same floor, and therefore he got into Swami school. See, again, just now I was telling you the importance of company. Change in company, and already there seems to be a change in fortunes. So even when God acts in our life, He doesn't do it directly like a big miracle. Most of the times His miracle, He works it out through instances that appear worldly. He will make you undergo a change in your company so that you get a change in your heart and mind. That is how Hari got into Swami school. And now that he was in Swami school, he decided, I'm going to write a letter to Swami. Now at least I must give a letter to Swami. It was some kind of a fascination. He saw everybody is giving a letter. I also want to give a letter. How much ever he tried, just imagine Swami is not accepting a letter from him. He began to wonder what is going wrong. And as he says, at this point in time, though he had the conviction that Swami is God, he didn't have those feelings of love, that intensity, that attachment, nothing. Many times that is how it is. We have faith in God, but we don't have a personal God. It's not like my day isn't complete without me thinking of Him or looking at Him. When we get into this divine romance, no morning is complete without thinking of Him or seeing Him or hearing Him. No day is complete, no night is complete. Everything is incomplete without Him. Other times also we have faith in God, but it's not a personal God. I go to the temple, I worship, and if somebody tells me about God, I listen with reverence, I have respect for God. God is so distant, it's not a personal God. The magic of a personal God is so beautiful. It leads to the divine romance, the best romance that we can ever have in this lifetime or many lifetimes. So at this point in time, Hari had just reverence and respect. Swami is God, and he felt that, for God you do sadhana and God will respond to you. So he tried to do different sadhanas, attend bhajans, do this, all for the goal that Swami should take this letter. That's it. That didn't work. And so he decided to do a severe penance. He decided, Swami, till you take this letter from me, I will not eat anything. This is what he decided. So it was a weekend, a Saturday morning. He skipped breakfast, he skipped lunch, and in the evening, he hoped that Swami would be pleased with his penance and Swami would accept his letter. He just felt, this is how it is, this is how it has to work. I do something for God, God has to give it back. That's it. And if I do it, God better give it to me, right? I'm doing it. It's like, he felt like it's like a business transaction. You go to a shop and you give money, they have to give you what you want. That's it. As long as you give money, it's done. The divine shopkeeper is not like that. The divine shopkeeper doesn't care about your money. He cares about that inner feeling, that love, that yearning. When that love and yearning is there, without money also, the whole shop he will give it to you. But if that is not there, you may throw $1,000,000, ₹1,billion on him, and no, he doesn't want. It's not transactional. God doesn't do transactions. God says there's only one business he indulges in, and that is the business of love. This possibly was a lesson that Hari would discover, because that evening, no, Swami didn't take his letter. He's doing Namasmarana, he's doing bhajans, he's reading the books that he's supposed to, he's ticking off all the boxes. He's doing everything right, and now he's even doing this penance. He won't eat food till Swami takes a letter. And that evening, Swami didn't take a letter. A hungry Hari returns to the hostel and decides that he won't have dinner. And so 24 hours pass without him eating anything, just staying on water. Sundays are the days when we have morning darshan, when we used to have morning darshan as students, because it's a holiday. That is what it is. In Swami's presence, every holiday becomes a holy day. Because any holiday we will have double darshan. That is the true meaning of a holiday, a holy day. So Sunday morning, again without breakfast, skipping the milk, everything, he goes to mandir. He has got a new letter now, because he used to feel if that letter Swami didn't accept, something's wrong with the letter, he would tear and throw it, write another letter. Look at this, dear brothers and sisters. Through this process, he began to yearn for Swami. A person who just had reverence and respect for Swami as God now began to feel, Swami, why are you not taking my letter? Swami, please take my letter. It used to be, I just want to give a letter to Swami. If he takes it, it's okay. Now it had become, Swami, you must take. Swami, why are you not taking my letter? Please take my letter. Yearning grows. It is this yearning that God looks for. It is this yearning that is what gives us everything in life. And as this yearning grew in Hari, he went for morning darshan. Swami didn't take his letter. In the evening, he approached the warden of the hostel to get a special permission slip. A special permission slip is, a slip that will allow you to go ahead of everybody, sit in the front rows. So if somebody had, say, like a family emergency, somebody is sick, or if it is somebody's birthday, they would take this special chit and sit in the front, so that these are the worldly ways in which we think we have a better opportunity to get Swami's blessings. And so that evening, Hari decided that he would go and request the warden for a special permission slip, and he told the warden that there is something very personal and very intense that he needs to convey to Swami, so please can he get that? And he got it. In the evening for darshan, Hari was right in the front, in the upper portico, in the inner portico, the area right opposite to the interview room, and that is where the VIPs sit, the students and the teachers also sit. So he was also sitting there right in the front, and Swami came near him, stood near him, and Swami began to accept letters. And Swami accepts letters from everybody around him, doesn't take his letter. And that session is also complete. Saturday and Sunday, 2 full days without food. Hari is hungry, he's tired. But most important in his heart is this question, why Swami? Why didn't you take my letter? What should I do, Swami? And then he went blank. He walked back to the hostel in a daze. He sat in the room. He was almost about to collapse from hunger, exhaustion. A roommate of his, Satish, comes and asks him, what happened, Hari? What happened? You seem very, very pale. He said, no, I did not have my lunch, and that's why I think I'm feeling tired. So this brother got some milk for him, gave him some almonds and said, you have this, you'll feel better. He had some dry fruits, had some milk, and thus broke his fast without succeeding in its objective. It was a lesson that Hari learned. You can't arm twist God. You can't tell God, I'm going to do this, you better do this for me. No, God is not achieved the way we achieve worldly things. That's what it is. Because God is only Bhava Priya. After that, Hari began to have food, didn't do any sadhana. But then, in his heart was this yearning, Swami, take a letter. Why didn't you take my letter? Why didn't you take my letter? Swami, I wish to give you my letter. Every time he would see Swami, he now began to feel intense emotion within. Swami, Swami. Look at it, dear brothers and sisters. Apparently, it looks like Swami is being heartless and cruel. But through this beautiful process, he ignited in Hari's heart the embers, the sparks of love for God. He converted the respect and reverence in the heart into yearning and love for God. Everything that Swami does is for the good. He doesn't have anything else other than selflessness and love for us. He does everything, even if it seems like a very, very difficult situation, it is done for our good. And as Hari got this yearning in the heart, a few weeks later, Swami comes straight to him, picks his letter. It doesn't stop with that. The next day, Swami takes his letter again. The third day again. Fourth day again. And then began a beautiful period in Hari's life when all he had to do was just write a letter. And invariably, 100% without fail, that very day Swami would come and pick the letter from Hari. In fact, on one occasion, he was seated in the 20th row, so far behind. And Swami comes, looks at him and says, come here, give me your letter. Wow. It is said, Nasukhat labhyate sukham, meaning from happiness you don't get happiness. It is only difficulties that confer happiness. That is what Hari discovered. And he was so blissful, he was so happy. This went on and Hari became what in hostel language used to be a form boy. A form boy meaning a boy to whom Swami is speaking a lot. Swami seems to interact, and anything that this boy wants to do, Swami seems to be amenable to that. We used to all call them form boys. Without knowing any of this background, I began to wonder, oh Hari, how you became a form boy, man? You simply, I don't know, Swami just decided to speak to you. Swami is not speaking to me, Swami is speaking to you. These are the worldly thoughts that arise in our head. We have no idea what a person is going through, what a person is doing. We have no idea at all. Swami knows everything, right? And so this is what happened. 2 years were so blissful for Hari. 11th grade and 12th grade. As I said, once he was finishing 12th grade, by now it was very clear in his mind and heart. Nothing else I want, Swami. I just want you. Whatever you tell me, I am ready to do. I just want to be with you. I just want to be with you. Nothing else in life matters for me. And when this is his thought, he thought that that's it. What else do I need to achieve? He didn't realize that his thoughts were contradictory. On one hand, he said, I want to do whatever, Swami, you want me to do, I'll do that. On the other hand, he's saying, Swami, I want to stay with you. We may wonder what's wrong in this. At a very deep level, we cannot have a will of our own when we say that, Swami, we are ready to do whatever you want us to do. And Hari realized it when Swami called him with his parents for an interview. During that interview, Swami materialized a gold chain and put it around his neck, and Hari was in cloud 9. He was so happy. But then came the devastating blow. Swami told him, now that you have finished 12th grade, go and pursue medicine. Do MBBS, become a doctor. After that, do MRCS in London. I will send you. Don't worry. Hari just couldn't believe what he was hearing. He said, no, Swami, no. I don't want to go. I want to be with you. I want to be with you. I just want to be with you. No, Swami, I don't want to go. Swami said, no, you have to go. No, Swami, I don't want to go. No, you have to go. Swami, I want to stay here. It will not be good for you. You have to go. No, Swami, I don't want to go. But Swami would have none of it. Swami told him, you have to leave. And so, an interview which everyone thinks is the most beautiful blessing that one can get. Somebody who has got interviews is so lucky. We are unlucky if we don't get an interview. Nothing like that. There's nothing like luck or unluck, lucky or unlucky with Swami. An interview which anybody would feel thrilled about, which began so beautifully with Swami creating a beautiful golden chain for him, was now a nightmare for Hari, because he was being forced to leave Swami's presence, which he didn't want to. So at the end of the interview, as everyone was filing out, he stood back, he waited along with his parents. And Swami said, yeah, leave. He said, Swami, I will not leave. You will not leave, you have to leave. Not about the interview room. Swami, I will not leave, I want to be with you. No, you have to go and do MBBS. No, Swami, I want to be with you. You have to leave. No, I won't leave. You have to leave, I won't leave. You have to leave, I won't leave. This went on for 20 times. Just imagine, 20 times. And then finally Swami said, okay, fine. Stay if that is your wish. Stay on. Hari was immediately happy. Swami told him, do BSc then. I can stay on in Swami's college, I'll do my BSc. And he was very relieved and happy. Dear brothers and sisters, God, tries to tell us so many things. And He will tell us directly only when He has the faith and confidence that we will listen and heed His word. Because the sin of disobeying God is very, very immense. And Swami doesn't want us to get that sin. And that is the reason many times when we say, Swami, tell me what I should do, He doesn't seem to be telling us directly. Because before we ask Him what we should do, we have to examine whether we have the wherewithal, whether we have the ability, whether we have the implicit faith to do as He says, without allowing our own wishes, our own desires to come in between. Never in our life we should make Swami tell us, okay, your wish, whatever you want, you do. No. At that point in time, it looks like Swami is blessing us with what we want, but oh God, it only means that I was foolish enough to do something that Swami didn't want me to do. So this is what happened. Hari made Swami tell him that, okay, if that's your wish, do what you want. And so he decided that I will apply for the BSc course, the Bachelor of Sciences course in Swami's college. He joined. All of us joined, He was again my classmate in BSc Biosciences at Brindavan, Whitefield, Bangalore. We were all there, and Brindavan is a beautiful place to be in because it brings you an amazing proximity to Swami, an amazing intensity that you can develop. Brindavan was considered as Swami's home, whereas Prashantinilayam is like his office. And of course, Kodaikanal is his playground. So in Brindavan, Hari became a harmonium player. He had the ability to play the harmonium, which he had learnt, and he became a harmonium player and part of the bhajan group, because of which he could get a few more chances with Swami. Swami continued to speak to him. Swami continued to take his letters. See, just imagine, dear brothers and sisters, he had done that intense penance for a few days 2 years back. And at that point in time, it looked like it is not yielding. But any effort that we put for God, even without the right feelings, if we put that effort for God, God will ensure that it doesn't go waste. Even at this point in time, Swami is accepting letters from him, Swami is taking, and all this is happening. And then came an interesting phase. I remember it so vividly. In Vrindavan, one fine day, Swami told all the students, no, I don't want to accept letters from you. No, too many letters. Everybody is giving letters. And if anybody tries to give a letter, Swami will tell, you post it. You send it via post, send it by courier. He will not accept. For some strange reason, there was a period of 1.5 months when Swami didn't accept any letters from any of the students. So at this point in time, Hari decided, okay, I won't write letters. But that very day, one of his cousin sisters had come and for darshan, and she handed a letter to him asking him, can you hand this over to Swami? I tried to give Swami, Swami didn't take it. Hari was thinking that I can't offer it straight to Swami, because by now Swami's refusal to take letters had become so emphatic that even the teachers used to tell us, don't offer letters to Swami, don't give letters to Swami. So, you would even be upsetting the teachers if you tried to give a letter to Swami. So Hari decided that he would keep his sister's letter in his pocket. If Swami wants, he can take it, otherwise that's it. That day during the Trai session is when Swami would call all the students into his own residence and interact. Swami would give discourses, Swami will make students speak, Swami will make teachers speak, sometimes the students will sing. So as Swami was walking across the students in Trai Vrindavan, Swami picks up the letter from Hari's pocket, then begins to read that letter. And now Swami is reading it as if Hari is writing the letter. And there Swami reads, Swami, you are only close to those who are near you, to your students. Those of us who are outside, outside, we don't get you. We also want you, Swami. These are actually the words of his sister to Swami. Possibly she is thinking of all the beautiful opportunities that Hari is getting, or maybe the students are getting and she is not getting. So she is pouring out her heart to Swami. But Swami apparently is confused and is telling Hari, why do you say like this? Even if you go out, Swami is close to you. Why do you say that Swami is close only to those who are inside? And Hari is wondering, this is not my words, these are not my words. But he is not telling anything because he has the conviction this is God. And by now his experiences, he is ready to accept whatever Swami does as a Leela. He is smiling. He is wondering, what is this, Swami? It's not my letter, but anyway Swami is answering. So Swami is answering the questions that his cousin sister has posed as if Hari has posed them. And Swami is telling him, don't think that if you are outside, Swami isn't close to you. Don't think that Swami is close only if you are inside. No, Swami is always close. Swami is always with you. The meaning, the poignancy of these words would strike Hari only a year later, when something drastic happened and everything seemed to collapse in his life. It happened in a manner which was very casual and normal. One day he was walking back to the hostel when one of his friends accosted him and said, hey, can you just help in the stores? We are shifting something. He said, okay. So he went to help in shifting. And while helping to shift, the friend told him that, hey, you know what? You can join us inside and watch a movie. Watch a movie? How? He said, no, see, there's a computer that's in the stores and we have got a CD. So after we do the work, for some time we just watch a little bit of the movie. This is how we are watching. Hari found it very amusing, this craze for movies. He was not crazy behind movies. But anyway, he stood there, he watched for some time, 10-15 minutes. Then he wasn't interested so much. After a while, he left. It was later that he got to know that this was something that was happening regularly. And again, normal movie. It was not pornographic movies, it was not terrible movies, nothing bad. Normal movies which you and me see on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. We keep seeing such movies, normal movies. So they were watching. But then, he got to know that a few months later that these boys who were watching these movies had been discovered and strict action was being taken on them. An investigation was launched in the hostel to find out all those who had watched the movie, and though it was only for one occasion, Hari's name too got into the list. And Hari was informed that he must pack his baggages and quit the hostel. See, in Swami's integral education, the hostel is very, very important. In fact, Swami gave more importance to the hostel than the college, because it's in hostel you learn lessons for life. The college teaches you how to earn and learn for a living. So the hostel is so important, and when you're removed from the hostel, it also means you're removed from the university. And when you're removed from the university, it also means you're no longer a student. So eviction from hostel meant eviction from everything, from the college, from the school, and from the mandir, from everywhere. My God, So much, such a stern punishment for such a small thing. So unfair it feels, yes. But dear brothers and sisters, I want to remind you of some words from Swami. Let me read it out. Swami says, when you said yes to me, and Swami goes on to say, when you said yes to me, you gave up the right to be like everyone else. That is why you draw experiences to yourself that will cleanse you of that which does not fit who you are. Over and over, again and again, until I make you see that the past no longer works. I challenge you and tempt you every day with your past, so that you may see that the past is ultimate delusion. When you said yes to me, you gave me your body, your thoughts, your actions. When they don't suit the new you, the uncomfortableness is unbearable. It is so every time until you realize this fully. Then and only then will you completely give up desire. For this is the only way man will learn. Very seldom does he learn by quiet reminders. Man's desires and pitfalls are placed there so that I may do my work. When you give up totally, then the temptations will fade. I will never give up on you. Every slip will become harder to bear and less easy to remedy. But ultimately, you will tire of your foolishness because I love you. And whether or not you are completely aware of it, you did say yes to me. When we say, Swami, we want you, we give up the right to be like anyone else. For anybody else, watching a movie is not a big crime, not a big sin. But not for Swami's student in Swami's college and Swami's hostel. When we see the Vidura Niti is the morality according to Vidura, a wise person in the Mahabharata times, the brother of Pandu and Dhritarashtra, Vidura. Vidura, when he is asked what should be the punishment for somebody who has done a small robbery, Vidura asks, who is this person? If this person is a Shudra, a person who is involved in menial jobs, cleaning or maintaining homes and maintaining the places, then give him a small punishment and let him off. If he is a business person, if he is a Vaishya, then it's a little more severe punishment. If he is a Kshatriya, if he is a warrior, if he is of the royal clan, then the punishment is more severe. But if he is a Brahmana is a person who has dedicated his life in the quest of Brahman, that is God, then it is very, very, very intense and severe punishment. Why the punishment different? Because the crime is more intense if you do it as a Brahmana. When you are in the quest of God, if you do this, it's a terrible sin. Because you know what is right and wrong. You know what is expected of you. You know the high standards that you need to adhere to. Despite knowing all of that, if you have fallen, then it's a crime. That is how it is. That's why Swami says, when you say yes to me, you give up the right to be like anybody else. I am sharing this because we often get lured in by the divine marketing department. We feel that if Swami is in our life, everything is so beautiful. We want Swami. Yes, everything is so beautiful, but it is not easy. It requires us to realize it at every level, in every fiber of our body, that Swami is most important. Everything else is not. Not just theoretically. Swami will check really, I am important or money is important. And then if you say, no, Swami, I hold on, and in times of poverty as well, I hold on to Swami, then Swami takes away those that are dear to us. I'm not saying through death. It might happen through misunderstandings. We just get isolated in a manner, and Swami will ask, am I more important, or are your friendships and relationships more important? And Swami is not doing this out of cruelty. Swami is doing this to make us realize what is real, what is true, what is all illusion. And even when that happens, then the third important thing, is Swami more important or your own reputation and self-respect? Even then, when we say Swami, he gives us the greatest gift of himself. That's what it is. When we say yes to Swami, we lose the right, we give up the right to be like everybody else. And Hari realized that there was no way he could continue as Swami student. The warden had called him along with everyone else and said, call your parents, get your transfer certificate. This is your last year. In the middle of the BSc course, in the middle of the bachelor's course, it was a 3-year course. At the end of second year, how do you leave midway? You can't. If you leave midway, what happens? What about the future? Without caring about any of this, the warden apparently heartlessly and brutally just told him that you have to leave. You have to call your parents. All the other students called their parents as well. All the students called their parents, but not Hari. Hari felt, what is this? What have I done wrong? I have not done anything wrong. And if the Lord can come and save Dhruva, if the Lord can come and save Prahalada, surely Swami will take care of me. I will give him a letter. And he kept writing letters. And Swami kept accepting the letters. But things didn't change. He had to leave. He had to vacate the hostel. As the last day came, he was like shocked. Oh my God, don't tell. Swami, how? I don't want to leave you, Swami. Then those words flash back. Swami telling him, you go, it will not be good for you. But he insisting, 20 times arguing and telling, no, Swami. Dear brothers and sisters, this is a very, very difficult situation when Swami tells that one part of you will tell you that Swami is testing you. Another part of you will tell that obey Swami. Is it a command from Swami? Is it a test from Swami? The beautiful thing is, however we take it, that is what it becomes. If I think of it as a command from Swami, it becomes a command from Swami. If I think of it as a test from Swami, it becomes a test from Swami for me. And so for Hari, it became a test. And he said, I'm going to stay on, Swami. I'm going to stay on. And that day, he sat again. He took that special permission slip. He used it, sat in the front. And as Swami came, he said, Swami, they're telling me to leave. I don't want to leave you, Swami. I don't want to leave you. Life holds no meaning without you. Swami picked his letter and Swami said, I don't want you to go. But if the warden sends you away, I will not stop. What do you reply to this? I don't want you to go. But if the warden sends, I will not stop. At this point in time, it looks like a very cruel test. It looks like a heartless thing. But as I said, everything Swami does is for our spiritual growth. For us to grow in the direction of our ultimate goal in life. For us to grow in our intensity and yearning for Him, because only that matters. In the flight journey, just reaching the destination is all that matters. It doesn't matter if I don't drink a fruit juice, if I have to drink or if I have to eat something that I don't like. It doesn't matter at all. It is the destination that matters. And so, finally, Hari had to call his parents. And his parents said that they would be coming in a week's time. Now, the academic year has got over. He is technically no longer in the hostel. He has been rusticated from the hostel. And therefore, he is not a student. So, the warden told him, you can't sit with the students anymore. But then he is not yet left the hostel, he has not yet got his transfer certificate, he is not yet an alumnus as well. So he can't sit with the ex-students also. And because he is in the hostel, he can't sit with the devotees. In short, what does it mean? He can't go for darshan. This broke his heart. Swami, I am here in Vrindavan, Whitefield, and I can't come for darshan. He would hide in a teacher's room. He went and cried to a teacher, and that teacher, his room was in the corner near the darshan hall. And the teacher said, you can come here. Hari would go in his room, part the curtains, and look at Swami, have his darshan. This was how that week or a couple of weeks went by. Agony, agony and more agony. And finally the parents come, take the transfer certificate, and Hari is out. He's out, and everybody knows or recognizes him as the student who was kicked out. No reputation left. But Hari didn't care. Swami, I want to be with you. My reputation, no problem. He decided he won't leave. He stayed in Vrindavan as a devotee. He would sit in the ex-student block and write letters daily. In his heart, he was cherishing what Swami had said. Swami had said, I don't want you to leave. But, right? Swami, you said you didn't want me to leave. No, I won't leave, Swami. And he stayed on till Swami left to Puttaparthi. And his family, everyone also said, Hari, you need to pursue education. You can't just waste your time like this. Come, take it. Swami had told you long back you should leave. His mother was there in the interview, right? She had told him. She told him, see, Swami had told you back then itself. Why are you not listening to Swami? And now Hari was wondering whether when Swami told him, you go out, whether he had thought it was a test from Swami. Was it an instruction from Swami? Had he disobeyed Swami? Was Swami upset with him? So much was his sorrow that he didn't study for one whole year. He just sat at home. What did he do? In the eyes of the world, he wasted 1 year. But Hari would write a letter to Swami daily, pouring out his anguish and yearning. Swami, I want to be with you. 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 1 year. More than 250 letters and telegrams. Dear brothers and sisters, that is the yearning of a devotee for Swami. Swami says, what is the quality of a devotee? A devotee is he or she who decides what they want from God and then will pursue it without giving up on it ever. Either one of the two things will happen. Either God will appear and fulfill that desire, or you will collapse and die from the effort. These are the only two results that are acceptable to a devotee. That is what Swami says. So Hari wrote letters on a daily basis, sent them to Swami, inland letters, put a stamp, post it. After 1 year, he accepted it as Swami's will, enrolled himself in Christ College in Bangalore, completed his bachelor's, completed his master's, and then got a job. He had to shift to the city of Chennai. All this while, in his heart, he has this prayer saying, Swami, I told you I will do anything that you say, right? I was wrong there, Swami. I don't think I have the courage to be away from you. So that is the thing, Swami. I can do anything that you tell me, but I don't think I can stay away from you. He joined the Sundaram Bhajan group. Sundaram is Swami's mandir in Chennai. And in 2007, Swami was in the city of Chennai for the Atirudra Mahayagnam. And during that time, Hari enjoyed darshan on a daily basis. A couple of occasions, Swami came close to him. There was that twinkle in Swami's eye. He knew that Swami knows that he is there, and yet there was no interaction. The yearning in his heart grew, and that is when he had another dream. In the dream, again he is going and telling Swami, Swami, I want to come back to you. And Swami is saying, no need, you be there. But he says, no Swami, I need to come back. Swami, what is this? How I need to come back, Swami? I need to clear my name also. That is what he felt. I need to clear my name. Everybody thinks I'm a sinner. Everybody thinks I've been thrown out. No, Swami, I need to come back. I want to come to you. I want to come back to you. And finally in the dream, Swami says, okay, I also want you to come back. Come back. And he wakes up. How to go back? How to go back? Even if he tries to apply, he will not get a seat because he has this black mark. He has been thrown out, right? Anyway, Swami said, come back. So he decides to go to Puttaparthi to have darshan. He goes to have darshan, and that day after darshan, the registrar of the university happens to cross path with him. And out of the blue, he just tells him, hey Hari, why don't you apply for MBA and join here? Hari is taken aback. The registrar of the university just telling me randomly like this. Lakshmi Narasimhan sir not only told him, he took him to the administrative block and got him one application form as well and said, why don't you fill it up? Hari was in a daze. He returned back to his hometown, and he called up his mother and he said, see, this is what has happened. His mother said, it's a sign from Swami. Swami has told, join, and this is happening. Apply. He found out that there was barely 2 days left for applications to reach. But then, placing his faith and trust in Swami, he applied. He was dreading the interview. He was thinking in the interview, what will he tell? They will know his history, right? That he has been kicked out. So he went to the warden, Shiv Shankar Sai Sir in Puttaparthi, a loving person called Vishwamitra, because he is friend for all, such a beautiful being. He went and said, sir, I am trying to apply for MBA, but you know I have been kicked out from Vrindavan. So what should I do? Shiv Shankar Sai Sir told him, see, you have completed your degree in Christ College, right? Don't ever bring up Vrindavan. In the interview, just tell that you joined Swami's school and then you did your degree in Christ College. That's it, and now you are applying here. That's all you say. That was the plan. But in the interview, what happened is, the controller of examinations, Nanjundaya sir, who was there, he suddenly saw and said, hey, aren't you a student of Vrindavan? He brought it up. Oh my God, now Hari is looking at the warden who is also on part of that interview panel. What do I say? And the warden just changed the topic, because thankfully the new vice chancellor at that time, Shri Anil Gokak, he told, no, this boy has got a degree from Christ College. How can he be Vrindavan? And he just overruled, thankfully for Hari. But the next day, warden calls him, Shiv Shankar Sai calls him and says, see, we updated the vice chancellor about the history because I felt it is not right to hide it from him. I have told him everything, but I have also strongly recommended that you should be given a seat because you have so much yearning to be with Swami. You are a very good boy. One warden has kicked him out, the other warden is telling that he is a good boy. But then Shiv Shankar Sai Sir says, you better put in a word to the other warden as well, because his opinion will be sought. And at that time, I don't want anybody to give a negative opinion about you. Now, Hari repulsed against this very idea of going and asking for a good review from the warden who had so heartlessly kicked him out. He didn't know how he would do it. But again, as I said, when Swami decides that it has to happen, it happens in the most amazing ways. In the month of April came the festival of Vishu for all the people of the state of Kerala, the Malayalis in India. And Hari, by the way, is also a Malayali, a Malayalam speaking person from the state of Kerala. He was part of the activities there, and that year for Vishu, they had come up with one child who would be playing the harmonium and singing. He was very good at it, but he was blind, born blind. He didn't have eyesight. So this young boy was performing in Swami's presence as part of the Vishu program. Now the people had this worry, what if this boy faces any problem while playing the harmonium? Because he can't see, right? And guess what happens? They request Hari to sit behind this boy just as a backup to help in case anything goes wrong. And so Hari sits there. And this program goes on without a hitch. The boy performs beautifully for Vishu in the year 2007, and Swami is very happy. Swami calls all the people of this music program and gifts them white safari cloth pieces. And then Swami asked the boy beside him, did everybody get, the student who was assisting Swami, Swami asked him, did everybody get clothes? Yes, Swami, everybody got clothes. Swami says, no. Looks and pulls out Hari and says, hey, you come here. From the 10th line, Swami picks up Hari and calls him onto the dais, onto the stage, gives him clothes, blesses him profusely. And this whole scene is witnessed by that former warden who meets Hari after this program and tells, boy, Swami has so much love and grace on you. See how wonderfully Swami is blessing you. I am so happy to see this. And at that point in time, Hari says, sir, I have applied for an MBA seat and I think by Swami's grace and your good wishes, I should get it. The warden says, oh yes, definitely I will put in a good word. See how everything changes. Once the message is learned, the messenger vanishes. Difficult situations in our life are messengers that come to give a message from Swami. Once we learn that message, the messenger goes away just as spontaneously or suddenly as it had come. And that is how Hari became a student. He came back to Swami as an MBA student. And many were his experiences in MBA. I will possibly narrate one incident that definitely is like a climax to this life of yearning and pining and craving for Swami. You know, it was the 16th of July 2008. There was a music program scheduled and a musician had come. And this musician was being accompanied on the harmonium by his wife. But Swami said, why? Why do you need your wife to accompany you? My students will play the harmonium for you. Now Hari was a harmonium player, but he was not a senior harmonium player, There were many others. To start off with, there is Shailesh sir himself, who was an amazingly gifted composer and harmonium player. Gifted by Swami, of course, because he has not received any technical training there. Then there was one brother called Sathya, there's another brother Harikrishna Mani, many amazing harmonium players. And they were senior harmonium players. Now, speaking of seniority, it reminds me on one occasion that year for Ugadi, Swami decided to give clothes and money for stitching clothes to the senior members of the bhajan group. And there was a teacher who was tasked with this to get the names of all the senior members. And he got all the senior members' names. He didn't get Hari's name because Hari had joined just that year, right? He's new in MBA, new in the bhajan group. But then, after Swami had distributed to all of these, at the end of the session when Hari was walking back to the hostel, one of the students who was helping Swami comes to Hari and tells him, Hari, here's this packet, clothes, here's the money. He gives money and he says, Swami told me to hand this over to you. Dear brothers and sisters, Hari might not have been a senior in the eyes of the world. In eyes of Swami, he was senior. The dress may be new, but the cloth is old. Hari may just be the first year student, but such a beautiful history, his story. So now, when Swami asked for a harmonium player, they naturally looked for senior harmonium players. And on that day, coincidentally, nothing like coincidence. Coincidences are incidences where God chooses to be anonymous. On that day, coincidentally, none of them were present. And the teacher said, what? Swami is asking for a harmonium player and we don't have any harmonium player. And Hari says, sir, I will play the harmonium. Quickly, go in. And Hari walks into the interview room and he's stunned because there's nobody there, only Swami. He goes and kneels down before Swami. The object of his life, the goal of his life, the purpose of his life, the sweetheart of his dreams, the everything. His beloved Swami is sitting there, just looking into his eyes. And Hari sits there looking into Swami's eyes. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to do. And to make matters intense, Swami is also not saying anything. Swami is just sitting there looking into his eyes. Hari decides to tell something, goes close to Swami's ears, but then decides that no words can do justice to what is in my heart. And that's why Swami says there's only one language, the language of the heart. So Hari decides not to tell anything and Swami continues to look. It's a beautiful moment that needs to be frozen for eternity. All the love, the pining, the yearning, the craving, the intensity, everything that Hari has had for so many years for Swami is just flowing out through him. And Swami is just receiving it with his eyes looking at him. And in one moment, possibly a moment of maddening love, maddening intensity, maddening yearning, Hari does something that he himself would not have imagined. Just bends forward, hugs Swami and plants a kiss on Swami's cheek. It is the culmination of his yearning for God. He wants to be so close to Swami, and even as he does it, he's, oh God, what did I do? But Swami is calm. Swami is placid. Swami is serene. And Swami is looking into the depths of his eyes, into his very soul. Swami embraces him back. And then Swami says, you can go. That's it. Just to complete that story of that singer, of that musician, after this little interview, Swami just said, no, let that person's wife only play for him, no problem. So for that music program, finally, the singer's wife only played the harmonium. But this entire thing, this entire drama was created just to let Hari know that Swami yearns for you too. Swami has a very special place in his heart for you because you have a very special place in your heart for Swami. And as Hari looks back, he feels that is the most beautiful day in his life, when he got a chance to physically express to Swami, giving him a hug and a peck on his cheek to express his love. Hari has had many experiences after that, but every time he remembers this day and feels that yearning for Swami. He's successful in his career today. He's successful, he's married, he has children. Every way he's successful, but in his heart, he feels that the only thing that matters in life is Swami. And he realized why Swami was going on hell-bent upon him being separate from him. Because Hari had felt the only weakness in his life is that he can't live without Swami. Without Swami's physical presence, he will be gone. But Swami wanted to let him know that Swami's presence is the omnipresence. Swami's presence is eternal. Swami is always with him. But how to teach him that? Hari says, when on 24th April 2011, Swami left the physical, I was sad, no doubt. But I know Swami is always with me. Swami loves me. And this is enough for life. I have nothing else to achieve in life. I have achieved his love and I love him. And my only prayer is that every moment of my life, my love for Swami keeps growing. Dear brothers and sisters, as I conclude this talk, I don't know if there is any message as such that I have delivered, but I have just shared this beautiful story. The Bhagavatam, Swami says in the Bhagavata Vahini, Bhagavatam is the stories of Lord Krishna. Swami says is the story of the Bhakta, the devotee, of Bhagwan, of God, and of Bhakti, of devotion. Stories of devotion, stories of devotee, stories of God. This is what makes the Bhagavatam. And as we listen to this Bhagavatam, a transformation happens in our heart. We learn priorities in life. We get inspiration. And most importantly, we get that yearning for Swami. Dear Swami, all our life, every moment of our life, may our love for you keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.